physical computer, there will be a motherboard. On the motherboard, there will be a small chip. Okay, that's the processor or CPU. From now onwards, when I say CPU, you should remember only the small chip. So if it is, we'll take any other, okay, this one. So here we will insert a small chip here. That's a processor. Okay, the processor is called basically a CPU, not the entire box that you are aware. So when we try CPU here, it just shows the processor only. This box is showing, right? It is just box to cover all the elements in one box. It's just a box. It's not the CPU. CPU is the chip here. You see, he is placing a chip here. This is a chip. Here you can see i7 processor. Okay, so that's here you can see another level. This is the CPU. Forget about from today onwards. When I say CPU, forget about this box. You just remember the chip like this. Okay. So CPU means this a small processor chip, which process the calculations, the instructions that we send. Okay, so and not the complete box. Now we will see how it works. Now we want to execute one instruction. Let's say very simple execute. Every time I'll give like what is 10 plus 100. I want to execute this instruction on this computer. How to input? Via keyboard I'll press, but which component will take it to the processor?
Hello, sir. I did not see your screen, sir.
What about others? Can you see my screen?
No. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, it is visible.
Okay, as many others, thank you for the confirmation. As many others can see it, so I'm sure like I have like good internet connectivity from my end. There is no problem. Whoever is not able to see, I'm expecting your end network slowness. That means internet slowness. Request you to rejoin. But anyway, like I'm just disabling and sharing my screen again. Quickly see if you can see that again. Should be good now. Okay, so I want to execute this what is 10 plus 100 instruction on this computer. So this is a calculation or instruction I have to send it to this computer. On the keyboard I will press, but on the keyboard that's fine, like that is the input method. But where will you type? I will, from this computer, I will open a calculator. On the calculator I'm trying to enter what is 10 plus 100. This calculator is an application. It's an application. Even this paint is also an application. Calculator is also an application. Where is this application installed? Any idea? So this calculator is an application. So to install an application, operating system is needed. Okay. So let's say you are sending this instruction via this application. This application have no mechanism to talk to the processor. Basically, this in your schooling you might have heard. These calculations will be executed on the ALU, arithmetic logic unit, on the processor. So here it should be executed. Where how the application will communicate with this processor? It cannot. Applications can't directly communicate with processor. Okay. Let's say whatever, like even if it is communicating with a processor here, the instruction is our English language. This processor cannot understand our English language. Okay, and it need the instruction to be in the machine level language, ones and zeros or ASCII codes that you might have heard, right? Like the instruction should be sent in the machine level language. And we don't know the machine level language, how to send this instruction in machine level language. That's a different thing. Okay, something like you are in Korean, no one knows except Korean language, and you don't know Korean language. Okay, that's something like that. You need an interpreter in such situations. You need an interpreter who knows your language and also the destination, the other person language. Basically, here we need a converter who can speak to the processor and also human as an like us. We need an interpreter now to communicate with this processor. Okay, that's where the interpreter is an operating system. Here we install an operating system which is an interpreter. Operating system is nothing but your Windows 10 or Windows 7 OS in your laptop or desktop. Okay, this operating system is the interpreter between human and this machine. Whatever the instruction that you are sending via this application will be always installed on the operating system, either Windows or Linux. Okay, this application will be installed on top of Windows operating system. This calculator, this MS, the Paint, everything is installed on a Windows 10 operating system. This instruction is still human level language. Now the operating system will convert this human level language into machine level language that has that capability. Okay. It will convert human level language into machine level language. Okay. Now once the instruction is converted into machine level language, this memory is like a transporter. It will load that instruction into memory and it will take it to the processor. It ships the instruction from operating system to the processor. Okay, so it will load the instruction from the operating system, it will load into the memory and it will take it to the processor. Here the calculation will happen. Whatever the calculation that you have sent from the calculator application, it will reach processor now after crossing all these things. Now here the processor will execute quickly and give the result back to the memory again. The instruction is, the output is still in machine level language only, because processor executes the machine level language and it processes the language and given back to the memory. Memory will load the instruction again and it transports back to the operating system. Okay, and once the instruction is transported back to operating system, it is still in machine level language. This operating system will convert back machine level language into human level language. Now it interprets the data and this application will access the output in human level language and it will display the output for us on the output device. It will display as a 110. That's how basically a computer works. Understood? Any questions or someone wants to correct me if understood? This is a very basic computer functionality. If you know this functionality is more than enough to understand this technology. Okay, even you are from whatever the background, that's not matter at all. Understood? That's how basically a computer works. Now you are trying to learn this technology. Okay, and blindly we go to market and we buy a computer with our budget. Okay, whatever the budget that you have, 40,000 or 50,000, and with the latest processor or just -1 processor, you will buy it. But nobody will basically calculate what is the amount of memory or CPU needed. Okay, for your personal work or to learn this technology or for your college project, was basically for our personal needs. Okay, even I bought this computer with 16 GB memory. Okay, will I be using that much of memory? If you see here, not even 50%. I'm out of 16 GB RAM. I'm not even 40% is using. Processor, if you see, Okay, if you go to task manager and if you see the performance, the processor, I'm not even using 20% also, but I spent some 60,000 and you purchase this laptop just to deliver this class. But am I using that much of resources? Okay, that means in older school days, while you're reading about a computer, you might have read. Okay, a computer can perform like 1 million additions or 1 million minus calculations and all. But are we giving that much work to that computer? That's basically the thing like this. Are we giving that much 100% work for this computer? So to be sure, here I'm not giving even 20% work. So I spent some 60,000 to purchase this laptop. That's the basically I'm wasting a lot of resources, money and also compute power. Okay, I'm not giving effective work for this computer. Let's say at the same time someone wants to use a laptop at my home. I cannot share this laptop because I'm delivering a class at this time. So they also want to use the same computer at the same time. It's not possible to share. But I have already spent some 60,000 to buy this laptop, but I'm not even using around 30% of the resources also. On an average, I'm using maximum 30. This is my peak utilization. This is the purpose I purchased this computer by spending so much money. At my peak utilization, I'm using maximum 30%. Okay. So the person who has funded me this amount, like if they ask me, are we using like how much of computer are you using? You took me like 60,000 from me, like how much of computer power are you using? If I say like 30%, definitely they will not fund me again for if I need one more computer. Okay, somebody wants to, or the another use case is if someone wants to use the same computer at the same time. Okay, it's not possible to share. Even though I have 70% memory and CPU sitting idle, it's not possible to share at the same time. Okay, I've spent so much money and I'm using 30 to 35% of the resources. At the same time, if I want to use another computer, let's say out of this work, I'm earning so much profit, forget about that profit. Okay, so somebody wants to use a computer at the same time. Now it's not possible to share. What I will do, I will invest again and buy another computer. So why are you disturbing me again? Let's say I don't want to disturb my work, so I will buy another computer for you. Again, we will spend so much money, around 50,000 and 60,000, we will buy another computer. That's fine. Like they are also doing some program, whatever their work, and they are also earning. Okay, we will keep the profits outside, but we'll see here the investment and the wastage of resources. I'm maximum not even using 40% of the resources. That means 60 to 70% of the resources sitting idly. Even after paying so much money, the resources are sitting idly. But I'm paying again and buying one more computer. That means when my demand is increased, demand for computer increased, my investment also is increasing. My investment is also increasing when my demand is increased. Forget about the profit. Both are earning and both are, that's fine. That's a different story. But here you look at the wastage of the compute power, wastage of the money. If we consider personal example only like this, if you are wasting like 50 to 60,000 per just in one house itself. If you see organizations, small companies, medium to enterprise level organizations, they will be using lakhs of computers. Not for the employees, we'll see. And the back end, they will, to run their business applications, they will be using thousands to lakhs of computers. How much compute power they will be wasting? Okay. So on an average, 30 to 35% of the compute power only will be used. It's not my value or just the value that I'm showing here. It's not that. So there was an organization who did that research and across all the organizations across worldwide, not all the, at least most of the organizations across worldwide. So and finally confirmed that we will be using 30 to 35% of our computer power only. It can do a lot of calculations, but are we giving that much work? That's the basic thing. Okay. But when they want to increase their productivity, like say for they want to start one more branch, they will be buying computers again. They will be investing again. Let's say they're earning so much money, but they'll keep adding more computers to run that business. So here, three guys started thinking about, why are we wasting so much compute power? We are reading that like computer can do, let's say 1 lakh calculations in 1 second, but we are not giving that much work. That's fine. But why are we buying again? If your demand is increased, why can't we utilize the remaining resources? Okay, they started thinking about that wastage of resources. Technically, we'll go to that look, all the drawbacks what they have think about, what they have thought about. Okay, now so they wanted to design a solution. They have designed one operating system. They wanted to provide some solution for these kind of organizations or these kind of companies, whoever is wasting so much of compute power. Okay, they wanted to provide some solution and utilize the productivity existing compute power itself. They have developed an operating system. We know what is an operating system. It's basically converts human level language into machine level language into human level language. So similar operating system they have developed. Okay, so in the market already there was Microsoft Windows series operating system was there, and there was Unix family, multiple Linux companies. Unix is a family, multiple Linux operating systems were there. Already of these many operating systems were already available in the market. Apart from these traditional Windows and Linux operating systems, these guys have developed something new operating system. And we will see how this will overcome these kind of traditional issues. Take a computer, same like another computer like this. Let's say it has a 10 GB memory, one i5 processor, 100 GB hard disk. Okay, now instead of until this new operating system was coming into the market, we were using Windows or Linux directly here. If you use directly Windows or Linux here, it will be like another machine like this. But we don't want to install this operating system. We will install this newly developed operating system here. Fine. Here also we have Windows 7 operating system. Then what is the difference between this computer and this computer? Okay. Now here also we can create a folder. Here also we can create a folder like this. In my Windows machine, just right click and say new folder like this. And I can store some of my personal data, whatever screenshot, class recorded sessions, whatever personal data I want to store, I can store there in this computer. Here also I have created a folder, but instead of storing my personal data here, I will assign RAM, CPU and hard disk from this underlying computer to this folder. Okay. Out of 10 GB RAM, I will assign 2 GB RAM to this computer, 2 CPUs, 20 GB hard disk. Possible with this newly developed operating system. Here it was not possible. In the traditional days, wherever we were using Linux and Windows operating system, it was not possible. It was not developed in such a way to share the resources to the online. From here to here, it was not possible to share. That operating system was not designed like that. Here, this new operating system is designed to share the underlying hardware resources to this folder, RAM, CPU and hard disk. From here we can share. ఈ కొత్త ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ రాకముందు విండోస్ అండ్ యూనిక్స్ మల్టిపుల్ లైనక్స్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వాటిలో కూడా ఇక్కడ మనం ఫోల్డర్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేసామో ఇక్కడ కూడా క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. బట్ కానీ ఇక్కడ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టంలో ఇలా షేర్ చేసే ఆప్షన్స్ లేవు. ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ డెవలప్ చేసినప్పుడు అక్కడ అలాగే ఉంది. ఒక కంప్యూటర్ మీద ఒక ఓఎస్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి అక్కడ ఆ వర్క్ మాత్రమే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయొచ్చు. అదే ఈ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఈ కొత్తగా ఈ ముగ్గురు కలిసి ఒక కంపెనీ ఫామ్ చేసి ఒక కొత్త ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ని డెవలప్ చేశారు. ఈ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడున్న రిసోర్సెస్ని ఈ ఫోల్డర్కి షేర్ చేయొచ్చు. That's how they made possible with this new operating system. We can split the resources from underlying computer to this folder. Now, so here also we have RAM, CPU and hard disk. It is also exactly equivalent to another physical computer. But this is just a folder on the screen like this. This is a folder, but it has RAM, CPU and hard disk. Unlike just like another physical computer. Physical computer के RAM, CPU, hard disk ఉంటే ఒక కంప్యూటర్ ఎలా అవుతుందో ఇక్కడ కూడా ఈ ఫోల్డర్ కూడా RAM, CPU, hard disk ఉంది. Now this folder is exactly equivalent to our physical computer with 2 GB RAM, 2 CPUs and 20 GB hard disk. Okay, this is a folder on the screen, but we have assigned RAM, CPU, hard disk because of this newly developed operating system. Now it is equivalent to a physical computer. Now install Windows 7 or Linux operating system here. Install one application here. It is also will work exactly like another computer. Out of 10 GB RAM, we have allocated 2 GB. Still we have 8 GB left with us. Understood? Now I am calling this folder as a, from now onwards, I will call it as a virtual computer. It's exactly like another computer. It works like another, exactly like a physical computer where we can install Windows or Linux operating system and run our work here. Instead of running on a physical computer, now you run here. It's a virtual computer. It's a machine, but it is virtual, called VM, virtual machine. From now onwards, I'll call this folder as a virtual machine. Machine exactly like a physical computer, but it is virtual. Virtual in the sense only on the screen you can manage. Physical ga manam hand to touch cheyడానికి ఏం లేదు, only on the screen cursor to access చేయొచ్చు. Okay, only on the screen you can manage. Virtual, we'll go to that basics again, virtualization basics later. It's a virtual computer. It is now exactly equivalent to like a physical computer. However, a physical computer works exactly the same. The performance of this computer is exactly equivalent to a physical computer with a 2 GB RAM, 2 CPUs and 20 GB disk. Not above or not below, exactly same. Remember this point. Okay, exactly the performance of a virtual computer is exactly equivalent to a physical computer with the same specifications. Okay, నీ దగ్గర ఫిజికల్ కంప్యూటర్ ఒక ల్యాప్టాప్ ఉంది, 2 GB RAM, 2 CPU, 20 GB హార్డ్ డిస్క్ ఉన్న ల్యాప్టాప్ ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తుందో నా స్క్రీన్ మీద ఉన్న ఒక ఫోల్డర్ అలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా. సో ఇన్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ టు షో యూ డైరెక్ట్లీ లైక్ దిస్ ఇస్ అ ఫోల్డర్. నీ దగ్గర ల్యాప్టాప్ ఉండే 2 GB 2 CPUs ఉంటే ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందో ఈ కంప్యూటర్ కూడా ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఐ విల్ షో ఇట్స్ మానిటర్. This is my virtual computer which has 2 GB RAM, 2 CPUs and 20 GB hard disk, which will work exactly like your physical computer. Your physical computer మీరు ఆన్ చేస్తే ఇలా స్టార్ట్ బటన్ వస్తుంది, నా వర్చువల్ కంప్యూటర్ కూడా అలాగే వస్తుంది. నువ్వు ఏం ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఎంతసేపు రన్ చేసి ఏం అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్తావో సేమ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఐ కెన్ ఆల్సో గివ్ ద సేమ్ అవుట్పుట్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ మెషిన్. But it is just a folder on the screen. Physically there is nothing. This is a virtual computer. Okay, and its monitor is here. Understood? Now out of 10 GB I am using only 2 GB. Still 8 GB is there. Forget about RAM and hard disk later. Okay, CPU and hard disk we will discuss later. RAM still 8 GB. You can create one more computer here. One more virtual machine we can create here. And install. If you want to install, you can install Linux also. It's not mandatory that you install Windows here, you need to install same Windows here. It's not like that. You can install another Linux operating system here. Install different application here. These are completely two different independent virtual machines. This is a different machine, this is a different machine. ఇది ఆన్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇది ఆఫ్ లో ఉండొచ్చు, ఆన్ లో ఉండొచ్చు, ఎనీథింగ్. There is no such dependency. Even though they are running on the same computer, these two are two different virtual computers. Fine, like two different virtual computers and they are completely independent. Then 2 GB RAM icham, then 4 GB icham. You can assign 4 GB RAM, again 2 CPUs and maybe 50 GB hard disk. Different computer, completely they are independent. There is no relation between these two computers. In the traditional days, it was not possible. ఒక కంప్యూటర్ అంటే ఒక ఫిజికల్ కంప్యూటర్ మాత్రమే యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. కానీ ఇక్కడ now on one physical computer with this new operating system, we created 2 virtual computers. 2 persons can work at a time on these 2 different computers. Okay, so out of 8 GB, we have assigned 4 GB. Still we have 4 GB. We can create one more virtual computer if we need. Okay, like that we can increase the, if you create one more virtual computer, we will use more resources. Around, we can target around 80% of the utilization also. Okay, if you create one more computer, it will resource utilization will increase. So now 80% of your physical computer, this is a physical computer. And this is virtual computer, virtual machine. Here we named as virtual machine. Okay, now it is 80% utilized. With this new OS which we have installed here, we are able to create virtual computers. In the traditional days, it was not like that. We were using only maximum 30 to 40%, but we are using 80%, 90% also we can use. It's not recommended to use 100% at all the time. Okay, so 80% utilization. And also we don't need to buy 2-3 computers. We are buying only one computer. With this new OS, we are able to create 2-3 different computers. However, if you buy 2 physical computers, however your profit you are getting, if you run your same business on these virtual computers also, as they are getting same, as they are giving same the performance of this computer is same, you are getting the same profit. Even if you run on physical computers, how much profit you are getting? If you run on virtual computers, you get the same profit. It was not proven, it was not just telling on the paper, it was proven in the market already. Okay, so when you run your business instead of on a physical computers and paying so much money and you're wasting so much compute power, if you run your business on virtual computers like this with this new OS, you still get the same profit. And it was proven, not just explained on the paper or any on the presentation like this. Okay, people are happy to run their business on virtual computers instead of physical computers. There are a lot of benefits. Instead of traditional physical computers, if they run on virtual computers, there are a lot of benefits. Those benefits only we are going to learn throughout this course. Okay, it's completely using virtual computers. On the screen you can see here, this is the one physical computer, 192.168.0.2. in our lab there is one physical computer where I have installed with this new OS which was developed by these 3 guys. Okay, I have installed that new OS, and on top of it, if you go to virtual machines tab, here you can see almost 7 virtual computers I'm running. Okay, Capgemini, DC, ES, etc. So some different names are created, right? Each one is one virtual computer. On the screen you see this is Capgemini. Somebody named this computer as Capgemini. Okay, it's like that. So VM1, VM2, lab UC. Okay, so on one physical computer, now I have created 7 virtual computers here. Okay, so different applications are running. Whatever I need for my lab, I'm running on different computers. If I want to run these applications on a different physical servers, I need to buy 7 physical computers. But all of them I'm running on one physical computer itself. Okay, with this model, the VMware has given, like around 4 years back, they have given an option like stating that you can save 10:1 range. That means in the traditional days with this old model, if you are investing 10 rupees and getting 100 rupees as a profit, this was with the traditional model, investing 10 rupees and gaining 100 rupees as profit. With this new technology using virtual computers, with 1 rupee still you get 100 rupees as profit, because we are utilizing the existing computers efficiently. Instead of whenever your demand is increased, investing again and buying one more computer and wasting so much compute power, on a same computer we are efficiently utilizing the memory and CPU That means compute power. When I say compute power, it's RAM, CPU, and hard disk of a computer. So by efficiently utilizing the compute power, you can reduce your investments from 10 is to 1 range. You invest 1 rupee, still you gain 100 rupees as profit. That was just proven also in the market, not today or yesterday. It was there from around 25 years. Okay, all companies now, instead of earlier, people used to build on this physical more traditional model like this, and once they get trust on this product, then migrate later. But as it is like around 25 years over from the day VMware this company was born, okay, people are directly going to this technology now. Okay, and you might have heard cloud computing, which is advanced than VMware and all. Okay, it's not exactly true. Cloud computing completely based on this technology only. Without this technology, cloud computing is not there at all. These virtual computers only will be presented on one single web page, and they will call it as a cloud computing. Backend, compulsory these virtual computers will run on this model like this only. Okay, that's basically working with virtual computers. We are the administrators who will install this new OS, okay, and create these virtual computers. Power on, power off. If this 4 GB is not enough, add more memory. If there is any problem, okay, if there is some business applications are running, if there is a problem, you go and try to identify the problem and fix it. That doesn't mean like you go to that go with the wrenches and like nuts and bolts, you go to the data center and fix it. It's not like that. Remotely working from this console. Okay, from here only there will be different tabs to identify a problem. Okay, we will identify that problem and fix it. So completely it's a GUI interface, just one tab here, navigating to all these 20-30 tabs only our work. But you need to know the basic. If you do this thing, like what will happen? If you do this thing, what will happen? You should know thoroughly about this product. That's what I'm helping you to understand this product throughout this 45 days to 60 days of time period we discussed.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually you told, right, physical computer we install OS whatever the 3 people has developed, right?
Yes.
But in physical computer, which operating system we are going to use, sir? That is.
So that means you want to know what is this OS name.
Okay.
Correct?
No, actually, see, if you're using your laptop, right, sir? In your laptop, in physical, before using, before creating virtual machine, which software, which operating system you are using?
Here, Windows.
Windows only.
Yeah.
Windows only. Again, we install whatever the people developed, right? 3 people developed. That one you are going to install again, right?
I didn't get you. Could you please repeat?
I mean, what is
See,
that
whatever you are
OS
using
name,
right now, you're
which
using Windows 7, right? In your system.
Yes.
Yeah, still now you're not creating any virtual machines.
Okay.
So now you are going to you want to create virtual machines.
Hmm.
For that purpose, you have to install whatever the people developed, right? That software OS, right?
Okay.
Advanced OS. You have to again install, right?
Here on the virtual machines, right? You are saying.
In your system, sir. In your system, I'm telling.
Okay. Here, yeah, it's a personal usage is different. This product usage is different. To quickly understand, okay, as we are coming from different backgrounds and we know some basic idea of computers, to understand quickly, I'm saying Windows 7 operating system, and here, okay, it's not like a Windows 7 operating system we use on these virtual computers. It's a server OS. We will discuss that later. Inside this virtual computer, we will use server OS, and this OS, if you're talking about the OS which is on this physical computer, this is a different OS named as ESX, Elastic SkyX. Operating system, new operating system, I'm referring, they have developed, 3 guys have developed a new operating system, right? They named that operating system as ESX, Elastic SkyX, which where we install on top of a physical computer. On top of that,
existing OS only, the ESX is going to install.
No, No, I'm saying on physical computer there is no OS at all. We are directly installing ESXi.
Okay, sir. Okay.
There is no OS.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, may I know who the three guys, sir? That names, sir. The three guys'
Yeah.
names.
May I know your name, please?
Who developed this?
Okay. I'll share.
Munasir Mohammadani, sir.
Yeah, fine. Got you. I'll share you that names later,
Okay.
but those names are not very important. We should know the subject good. Like I'll share you those names later.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And the company who have
I have another question, sir.
is of VMware. Yes, please.
Sir, it all right. Actually, we have 10 GB and 15, sorry,
Yep.
100 hard disk, right?
Yes.
Suppose we utilize 100%, then there is no space in physical computer, right?
Yeah, that's what we don't target 100%. If you use 100%, it will work, no problem. But continuously, like if you are using 24/7, 100% at a time, some point of time, that machine may fail. Hardware component may fail. So that's why we don't target 100%. 80 to 90% we target.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, and three guys who developed this operating system, right? They named their company as VMware. VMware is just a company name, and this operating system is called ESX, Elastic SkyX. Okay, and the complete product is they named it as vSphere, and as I said yesterday, we're going to learn completely about this vSphere. vSphere is a product name. VMware is a company name. Okay, vSphere is the product we are going to learn. In this vSphere operating system, which is called ESX. ESX is one component. Virtual machine is one component, and there are two more components we will understand tomorrow. There are four components which makes a product called vSphere, and vSphere was developed by a company called VMware, and it was formed by three different guys. I'll share you that names later. Fine, clear? And this is the only interface we always will work. Okay, if you know about these options, is more than enough. But anyway, we'll try to professionally learn about this product and put the things which are needed, what we do on day-to-day basis. Clear? Any questions? Any other questions? Please let me know.
I think we're clear.
Thanks a lot. We will go technically in depth tomorrow. It's I'm not like here to be clear. I'm not promoting this product to buy for your personal usage and all. It's not for personal use. To quickly understand this product, just as we are coming from different backgrounds, to quickly understand, I'm talking about in terms of personal usage, but it's not for personal usage, not for laptops and desktop. It's for completely for business purpose. The server computers we deal with. So we'll understand those basics later. Just compare the example, not go beyond to the actual usage. Okay. Personal example ki compare chesko. I'm not promoting this product to buy, okay, for your personal use. I'm just giving you an example by comparing with our personal usage. Okay, we will understand about actual usage tomorrow better. Fine. And we will be just administrating. We don't need to buy these products, don't need to buy this license, nothing at all. We just learn this technology. We will be hired by some other company, and we will work sitting in that company. We will help our customers to work with this product. So you don't need to invest anything on this product level, I mean to say. Fine. Any other questions?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, just it is nothing but just we are sharing the computers they need.
Correctly. So to answer your question directly, yes, we are sharing the underlying computer hardware and creating multiple virtual computers. And with each virtual computer on the multiple computers, customers will run their business applications to run their business they do.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we are also on a daily basis, we are also using multiple applications. Right now, you are using a Teams application to attend this class, and there are like thousands of servers behind this Teams application, like these virtual computers only. Okay, and WhatsApp. I mean, crores of people are using WhatsApp. We are uploading, trying to send a lot of data every day, terabytes of data. Where are these data stored? Facebook, you are uploading 10 to 20 pics every day. Okay, if there are crores of people posting their pictures every day, where is that data stored? On the virtual computers like this. Okay, the Facebook application, WhatsApp, Gmail, every day whatever we are using, they are running on these virtual computers. For that company, Facebook company, that's their business. Okay, to provide virtual computers and Facebook to you, even though it is for free for you, the Facebook company is getting money in a different format. Okay, different sources. WhatsApp also the same way, Gmail also the same way. So YouTube, you're looking at YouTube every day and you're trying to learn something. You're just going through some entertainment, whatever it is. Okay, that YouTube application is running on virtual computers like this. For that company, Google, that's their business. They get money from the ads companies. For you, it's free of cost. You feel that just okay. Now that you whatever the thing that you're running, that every business, not only these major examples I'm talking about, like whatever the apps that you use in mobile, okay, daily life, not only these software applications, okay. So pharmaceutical companies, manufacturing units, hotels, all different kind of any business, they use servers, virtual servers like this. Okay, I'm not saying like all the 100% companies are using only VMware vSphere product. There are competitors also. We'll try to understand about that competitor product and who is doing what, who is better in this range, better in this product. Okay, those things and all also we will understand in the next future classes. Fine, understood. And like you can discuss with me like if you want more examples to understand better on change my language, the way I explain something like మధ్యలో మీకు ఏమైనా తెలుగులో చెప్తే క్లియర్గా అర్థం అవుతుంది అనుకుంటే అడగచ్చు. Except like Telugu and English, I know other languages, but technically I can't perform in other languages. Telugu and English would be better. If somebody is there like from Tamil and Kannada, you can take apart from this class time, like I can explain in other time in your own language if needed. Okay, if you want to understand better, okay, like that. And if you want more examples to understand better, okay, the way that I deal, or maybe if you want me to speak little slow, you might felt like faster today and you are not able to grasp whatever I discussed, right? Like you can just tell me like all those things. We'll try to fix it and we'll try to understand better.
Sir,
Yes, Dharni.
సార్ ఇంటర్ప్రిటర్ అంటే కొంచెం తెలుగులో చెప్పండి సార్.
మీడియేటర్
అంటే లింక్ లాగా ఉంటుంది.
సంథింగ్ లైక్ ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఒక వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ తమిళనాడుకి వెళ్ళావు, నీకు తమిళ్ రాదు, అక్కడ నీకు తెలుగు తమిళ్ రెండు తెలిసిన ఒక అతను కావాలి. ఓకే, నువ్వు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడేదాన్ని వాళ్ళకి తమిళ్లోకి ఇంటర్ప్రిట్ చేస్తాడు, అంటే కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళ లాంగ్వేజ్ మనకి తెలుగులో మళ్ళీ చెప్తాడు, అలా మీడియేటర్.
ఓకే.
హలో సార్, వన్ డౌట్ సార్.
ఎస్ ప్లీజ్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఫేస్బుక్, ఇన్స్టా అట్లా మనం ఫోల్డర్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు కదండి సార్ వర్చువల్ మిషన్ లాగే, అంటే మెమరీ సేవ్ అయ్యేకి.
ఎస్.
సో ఐపీ అడ్రస్ అన్నిటికీ సేమే ఉంటుందా సార్?
లేదు, వేరే వేరే ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, మనం క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా అదే తీసుకుంటారా?
ఇక్కడ ఉన్న టెక్నాలజీ ఏంటంటే మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ఫ్రంట్ అండ్ వెబ్ పేజ్ లో చేస్తాం కాబట్టి బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా తీసుకుంటాయి. అవంతా అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ మనలాగే. ఇప్పుడు మనం అంటే మీరు ఈ రోజు నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు, సో ఆల్రెడీ నేర్చుకున్న అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్స్ అవన్నీ ముందుగానే పెట్టుంటారు. ఒక కొత్త అప్లికేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఎలా వెళ్ళాలని. సో వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు లెర్న్ దట్ థింగ్స్ ఓన్లీ. ఆటోమేటిక్ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఎలా వస్తుంది. సో ఎస్,
మన వర్క్ ఏమి జస్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసేది అంతేనా సార్ వర్చువల్ మిషన్స్?
No, not only that, there are a lot of things. Quick to understand quickly, I told till now, like there are many other applications, many other features. We will be working with other features as well.
Okay sir, thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
సార్ నేను B20 బ్యాచ్.
Yes, please. May I know your name? Your
రూపవర్ధన్ అడుసుమల్లి.
Rupavardhan. చెప్పు Rupavardhan.
కొంచెం డెప్త్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత కొంచెం తెలుగులో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి.
ఫైన్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. నాకు మోస్ట్లీ గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాను, టెక్నికల్ టాపిక్లో డెప్త్గా చెప్పేటప్పుడు చెప్తాను. ఒకవేళ మీరు ఎక్కడైనా కానీ ఇఫ్ ఐ డోంట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్, యూ జస్ట్ స్టాప్ మీ దేర్ అండ్ యూ ఆస్క్ మీ. వెనెవర్ యూ ఫీల్ దట్ యూఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్, యూ లెట్ మీ నో.
అంటే ముందు మీరు క్లాస్ చెప్పారు, లర్న్ క్రియేషన్, అది ఫైల్ ఫార్మేషన్, అది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ గా ఉంది సార్. అది
నో ప్రాబ్లం, మీరు ఒకసారి రేపు రిమైండ్ చేయండి ఆ క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు. హీ ఈస్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్, అదర్స్ డు నాట్ వరీ అబౌట్ ఇట్. చెప్తాను
సార్. ఒకసారి EXX అది ఒకసారి మాకు చెప్తారా?
Yes, sure.
Elastic Sky.
Fine. We will discuss in depth again about that ESX, but to understand quickly, as I said, like 3 guys have developed a new operating system, which is also like same other like Windows 7 and Linux operating systems. This operating, you want me to explain in English or Telugu?
Anything is fine.
Okay. So as these 3 guys have developed a new operating system, it is also exactly like an interpreter, like any other Windows 7 or Windows 10 operating system. This is also an operating system. We directly install it on a physical computer. మనం ఈ కొత్తగా డెవలప్ చేసిన ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ని డైరెక్ట్గా ఒక ఫిజికల్ కంప్యూటర్లో ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తాం. దాన్ని ESX OS అంటారు. దాని నేమ్ వచ్చి ESX, ఎలాస్టిక్ స్కైఎక్స్. అలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ర్యామ్, CPU, హార్డ్ డిస్క్ని స్ప్లిట్ చేసి వర్చువల్ కంప్యూటర్స్కి అసైన్ చేయడానికి పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది. అదే ట్రెడిషనల్ డేస్లో డైరెక్ట్గా ఒక ఫిజికల్ కంప్యూటర్ మీద Windows 7 కానీ Windows 10 కానీ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్ప్లిట్ చేయడానికి లేదు. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ డెస్క్టాప్ మీద ఒక ఫోల్డర్ క్రియేట్ చేశాను. దీనికి నేను ఏ ఆప్షన్లోకి వెళ్ళినా నా ల్యాప్టాప్లో ఉన్న 16 GB ర్యామ్ కానీ CPU కానీ షేర్ చేయడానికి లేదు. ఈ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ అలా డెవలప్ చేయలేదు. ఇది Windows 10 అలా చేయలేదు. కానీ ఈ స్క్రీన్లోకి వెళ్తే, if you go to this screen, this is the ESX operating system where we have already installed. You can create new virtual computer. Okay, when you are creating new virtual, let's say this is one new virtual computer. If you go to edit setting, you can see its memory, CPU, 4 GB RAM, 4 CPU, which is taking from the underlying ESXi. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఉన్న హార్డ్వేర్ రిసోర్సెస్ తీసుకొని ఇంకొక వర్చువల్ కంప్యూటర్ లాగా క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. That basically possible with this OS only, Elastic SkyX operating system, which is directly installed on a computer.
Sir, one thing I have. Sir.
Yes, please.
Instead of bare hardware, we installing ESX. So we can install in Windows 7, whatever we are using, normal or usually we are using, right?
Okay.
That we can install an ESX and we can create
no
virtual machine, sir?
No, like ESX is also an operating system like an Windows 7. ఇప్పుడు నీ దగ్గర Windows 7 ఉంది, Windows 10 ఉంది, సరే సంథింగ్ లైక్ Windows 7 ల్యాప్టాప్ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు Windows 10 ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలంటే Windows 7 మీద ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయం కదా. Windows 10 ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్న Windows 7 పోతుంది కదా. ఏదైనా ఒక OS యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు.
Then how could you show us for us? Yeah, already you in your system you install an OS, right? And again you are showing virtual machine.
No, this is not this is the you see, like when I'm saying this is an ESXi machine, it is not installed in my laptop. It is on a different computer. My lab లో ఉన్న వేరే కంప్యూటర్ ఇది. నేను ఈ ల్యాప్టాప్ నుంచి ఆ కంప్యూటర్ కి కనెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నా, వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్ ద్వారా అక్కడ కనెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నా అంతే. ఇది వేరే కంప్యూటర్. Sorry,
it's a little bit complicated.
సో ఇది నా ల్యాప్టాప్ కదా, ఇక్కడ వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్ చేశాను, వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను ఇక్కడ.
అవును సార్.
ఓకే, నా ల్యాబ్ లో ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎక్కడైతే ఉంటానో అక్కడ నా పక్కన ఒక కేబుల్ తీసుకొని నా ల్యాప్టాప్ నుంచి ఇంకో కంప్యూటర్ కి కనెక్ట్ చేశాను. ఆ కంప్యూటర్ లో ESX ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ రన్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే సార్.
సో ఆ మెషిన్ అడ్రస్ నేను ఇస్తాను ఇక్కడ 240 అనేది ఆ మెషిన్ అడ్రస్. నా ల్యాప్టాప్ నుంచి ఆ మెషిన్ అడ్రస్, అప్పుడు యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ అడుగుతుంది, నేను అది ఇస్తున్నాను.
And suppose we want to practice lab anything, so
yes.
how could we do, sir?
Yeah, I'll give that options maybe tomorrow. Okay, if I think all are here or somebody left already. we'll discuss about that lab options. I think all are here. Do you have time to proceed, or maybe we'll discuss tomorrow about the lab options?
So tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll explain. Clearly, I'll tell you about the all lab options. Fine, I like this batch. Like you guys are like very interactive. I want this momentum to continue until the last day. Okay, don't lose your interest. Try to ask more questions every day.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Sir, lab started or not?
Okay.